Yes, sir. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to your favorite show on Wednesday night. Your favorite show talking about Alabama State football. It's the Black and Gold Show. I'm your guy, JB, Mr. Black and Gold Show himself. And welcome in once again to another episode live right here on Sports Talking with JB Podcast Network. Now, we got a special show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I got my very special co-host who will be joining the show in a little bit, but I also have a special guest on the show who's going to be tapping in with me very frequently, very soon. But tonight we're going to talk about Bama State spring ball. We're going to talk about flag football and all the things that's going on this weekend for Black and Gold weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're watching us right now, do these three things I ask you to do each and every week. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. We getting close to 1,000, so y'all keep it coming. And share this to your people. Yes, sir, man. I'm excited tonight. I'm excited. It's going to be a great show. And like I say, I thank everybody for tapping in each and every week. I'm going to run through the sponsors real quick, and then I'm going to get my guy who's backstage to jump on the show with me real quick. So let's do the sponsor. Of course, we're sponsored by. Oh, he already on. He already popped on. But I'm gonna mute him real quick. He already popped on. But we sponsored by Jack Ingram Mercedes-Benz. As you guys know, each and every week we pop on here. So to get you a Benz or a pre-owned vehicle, if you're in the market for it, you're in the Montgomery, Alabama, or the surrounding areas, go to Jack Ingram Mercedes, 217 Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, Alabama. Tell them JB sent you, or you can visit the website at jackingrammercedes.com. Proud sponsor of the Sports Talking with JB Podcast Network. Also sponsored by your favorite, my favorite, everybody's favorite apparel brand when it comes to the HBCU, preferably Alabama State. The Yard Apparel brand. Shout out to my guy Demetrius Mickles. He got some new gear on deck. I got my shirt I'm probably going to pop out with it Saturday. The throwback Hornet tee right there. You can get yours on the website at theyardapparelbrand.com. Tell them JB sent you, might hook you up with a little something. So right there, the Yard Apparel brand, sponsors of the Black and Gold Show. That's how we do it. What's up, Hornet Sam? What's up, San Quinetta in the chat? Yes, indeed. Y'all hit the chats up, man. And I got my guests already on screen, but we're gonna chop it up good tonight. Matter of fact, let's get back to the other screen because I want to properly bring him up. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy does a lot of social media stuff. He does great work. He follows Alabama State. He Alabama State alum, he Cowper, and he's a great dude, and then I had the chance to chop it up with him a couple weeks back, get him on the show, and he's gonna be doing more stuff with me when the season starts. So it's gonna be great to have him on deck, and it's also gonna be great to have him on tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my guy Trey Adams. What's up with your big dog?
Man, what's good, G, man? I appreciate you having me on, man. And I definitely like what you're doing. Man, you definitely keep going because, eyes are watching. Eyes are watching for sure. And we definitely need more eyes on Bama State.
Absolutely. That's why we tapped in because, hey, you doing your thing, like I say, with the TikTok and the IG reels, and you getting traction. And what you do is great because you see all the other big schools that have their things going on, and you see everybody else, but you don't see too much Bama State. So
I agree on that. Because that's the reason why I wanted to start in the first place. Everybody got their opinions on Alabama, Florida, Georgia, the big name schools. But I definitely wanted to start off by highlighting my own alma mater. You know what I'm saying? So because a lot of people don't know Alabama State. That is D1 football. A lot of people don't think Alabama State is Division I, but they actually are. So you know, I'm just trying to share like, you know, one video at a time, you know. And as a fan, you know, I've been watching Bama State football since the 2000s. You know, I think my first player that I actually remember, you know, was Darnell Kennedy, you know, back in 2000, you know, 99, 2000 era. So,
yeah.
But now, man, I definitely appreciate it, though, man, and definitely showing love.
Absolutely, man. We thank you for joining the show. You guys are going to be seeing this guy more often, especially when the season comes about. You know, I'm going to have to get him to tap in because he's really tapped in with football, with Bama State, far as the players and far as, you know, the games and previewing the games and things of that nature. So it's going to be great to have you. But so people who may not know, I'm going to play this clip and show everybody. You know, they probably saw it on social media, but didn't know who the person was behind the clip. But your face is on the screen, but now you get to know who Trey Adams is. So y'all check this out.
Oh yeah, spring ball is underway for Big Bama State. And here's 3 things I'll be looking out for. First thing, number change. And I know what some people like to say, the number don't matter, you made the number. Man, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. And as a former athlete, everybody knows that number on your chest means something. Tashawn Sims, our safety, will be going from 42 to number 6. Kareem Key will be going from 10 to 3. And our guy Smoot will be changing his number from 8 to 4. The second thing I'll be looking out for, who will be making a name for themselves. And starting with the big boys in the trenches, who gonna be the one to step up with Big Cam leaving. We're gonna need somebody next to you, Elijah. Moving on to the wideouts. Big play JJ, he's going to Texas Tech. So who's going to be the guy to fill that void? For the running backs, I'm glad we got Jamar out that transfer portal. But Big Marcus is heading to Tennessee Tech, and he led our team in touchdowns, and he also led the SWAC in touchdowns. So we're going to be looking for an RB2. And moving on to the defensive side of the ball. Look, Noah is going at linebacker. Rhodey is going at linebacker. We also had DeAndre Moore's lead and K. Lewis lead. From the linebackers to the secondary, I'm looking forward this spring to see who's going to be the guy to step up. Can the defense get back to their old ways? Historically, the defense has been the anchor for Bama State. And as a former star linebacker, Coach Eddie Robinson definitely knows that. Last year, the offense was so explosive, but the defense had moments where they just struggled to stop the run. This spring, I need to see them flying to the ball and get back to their Bama State standard. But for Big Bama State, the road to Atlanta starts now. Starts in the spring. And what are y'all looking forward to the most? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget to like and hit that follow button for more.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, and check this out. You already got this. See you on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I definitely appreciate it, man. You know, just one video at a time. I'm Bama State through and through. Not only that, my pops, he played with Coach Eddie Robinson. You know, his freshman year, I think. Yeah. So my pops played for Bama State. My mom cheerleaded for Bama State. I went to Bama State. So, you know, I'm from Montgomery, born and raised. So, yeah, man, it's only right for me to definitely try to shed more light on Bama State for sure.
Yeah, man, you got Bama State in your bloodline. So, I mean, that's dope, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all follow my guy, man, at Detroit Adams. You know what I'm saying? So, is that all your social media, Detroit Adams?
Yeah, I think, that's on that. And I think it's Detroit Adams on TikTok too. But it's an underscore somewhere. But I mainly post on my Instagram and I just go from there.
Yeah, I think that's your Instagram I got on the screen right there. So
yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep, it's all good. Yep, man. And I definitely like what you're doing too, man. Definitely keep grinding, man. One video at a time, man. Because definitely Alabama State needs it. Like I said, man, we need more eyes. We need more traction, need more attention on Alabama State, let alone HBCUs too. So,
yeah, absolutely. like I say, you are you know, you doing the thing, the social media, and like I say, the videos is short, it's effective. You put a lot of information out there. Even Coach E. Rob saw it. He said, "Man, I like the video the young man did," and you know, he said you got everything right except Smoot. He ain't changing his number. That was just his practice.
Okay, yeah, man. And hopefully, you know, me being in Atlanta, just a little bit hard for me going back and forth to Montgomery to try to get small information like that. But, you know, definitely going to be tapping in with you. That's why I got, you know, that way the team is a team effort for sure.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So we here tonight, man. We're going to talk about big weekend coming up, man. Black and gold spring game. We got a whole lot of festivities going down this weekend. But first thing first, man. How excited are you for this black and gold spring game, bro?
Oh yeah, man. I definitely can feel the buzz around the program, especially after what happened last year, man. That's really unheard of. Going 10-2, the best record, this the second best record in Bama State football history. But we have nothing to show for it. We didn't even have a chance to even play for the SWAC title. So, and the fact that the top three teams were with one loss in sort of a three-way tie, it definitely left a bad taste, and especially in my mouth and fans. But I can feel like this year, especially with Andrew Body, the big news of Andrew Body coming back, that everybody have high expectations this year. So everybody definitely excited. But like I said, man, last year's team is not this year's team. We definitely lost some key pieces. Definitely lost a lot of production on both sides of the ball. So it's a grind, none the least. And now all of a sudden we have a target on our back. It's easily flying below the radar and playing from game to game with everybody not expecting you, to execute at a high level. But now you really have a target on your back, especially after what you did last year. So we're looking to just build off of it. And I think that's what the spring game is really going to show. It's not going to show as much. It may give us an appetizer. We'll get the entree in fall camp, but just a little appetizer and see what kind of identity this team is going to have this coming fall.
I like how you said that with the appetizer because Andrew Body and Tayshawn Smoot, they haven't been participating in the spring. So you got new quarterbacks, you got new OC, you got new receivers. So you got a lot of newness, but you still got that solid foundation. You got Erod, who's going into the 5th season. You got a good talented defense, a good nucleus right there. The O-line is revamped and retooled. So it's a lot to look forward to, but you hit it right on the head with the appetizer comment, bro. Cause when it gets to this time when spring camp starts and you get to go out there and see them guys and the pads get to popping and you see a couple of scrimmages, you get excited. You get excited. So yeah.
And man, I agree. It definitely gets your blood going, especially because physicality is a part of the game. Being completely honest, and that definitely sets the tone for the game, let alone the whole season. Have to be physical. So this definitely is another chance to show what guys have been working and grinding. And like I said, with this being this spring, it brings opportunities. Opportunities for guys who I may not have a chance to mention in that video. And that makes sense. They're just based off what I saw from last year, from UAB to Tuskegee, so yeah, and like you say, it brings opportunities for guys to make a name for themselves, and I really, and I'm definitely excited for it. I know Alabama State fans are too.
Yep, for sure, man. So, I mean, right now we're looking at the rundown of events that's going on. These are some of the events. Thursday, they got the golf clubhouse grand opening. Then Friday morning, you got the Swarm is one golf classic at Lagoon Park. Football reunion weekend, Friday till Sunday. So you got a lot of the former players, as my FIB guys were talking about on the show last week, TC and Trill. So now you're looking at, you got the scrimmage Saturday morning. You got women's flag football after that. It's connection day as well. So it's going to be a lot going on Saturday. Tailgate, FIB tailgate. So with all these events going on, if you're in Montgomery or you're in the surrounding areas, it's free, right? It's free. So y'all come on out and support. And also, to top that off, it's going to be absolutely wonderful weather, right? You know what I'm saying? Look at Saturday, man. 82 degrees. Sunny, not a cloud in sight. And if you don't believe that right there we go. I mean, 82, low 52, no precipitation whatsoever. Then you can also see how he gonna get up in the 80s about 1 o'clock. So around game time, after the game, it's gonna be a little warm, but make sure you guys come on out there, be comfortable. Make sure you be comfortable. We don't want to see y'all out there with the shiesty mask and the hoodies, bro. Y'all don't come out there with that. Don't come out there, bro. It ain't that time. It ain't that type of time. Y'all come out there, be comfortable, and it's gonna be nice, warm weather, man. And come out here and enjoy yourself. That's what we're doing. We enjoying ourselves. It's a celebration, first of all, and to kind of piggyback on last week what they said. A lot of the FIB guys, it's a fraternity, the alumni association. They're going to be a lot of the older guys, the OGs, so to speak, are going to be in attendance, and they're going to be also speaking to the current players, getting them some knowledge, right? And it's also a bonding thing because forever my brother, it's a bonding situation going on. So all the football players from years past who are able to be there will be there. So it's going to be great to see that too. So Trey, you pulling up?
Yeah, man, I'll definitely be there. I'll be there trying to just capture some footage and see the scrimmage and see who really gonna make a name for themselves in the spring, and then who I'm really looking forward to seeing in the fall camp for sure. So I'll be pulling up, man. Everybody make sure they come on out. Like JB said, it's gonna be a great time, great atmosphere. It's sunny. Like you said, no cloud in sight. So we definitely a perfect weather for some football, man. Definitely.
Absolutely, man. It's the last practice of the spring. They got to it today. I think Friday they're gonna do like a little walkthrough, and then Saturday they're gonna really get at it and give you guys a good show. And to briefly kind of preview that game on Saturday, like I mentioned, Body and Smoot probably not going to be throwing. So you're looking at Aaron Fry, who's a freshman quarterback coming in. Yes, good things.
Everybody know about. Well, I'm not saying everybody know, but I know about Aaron Fry, man. Definitely back of the year, 6A. If I'm not mistaken, he won. He definitely won this past year. I want to say he's a 2-time state champion.
But
I know he won though. I know he won for sure. And he won back of the year. So he definitely gonna bring some excitement to Saturday. I'm very excited to see what he do because he definitely can spin that football.
Yeah, he's been looking really good, man. Like I say, a true freshman. Really, he may take first team snaps, and he's been taking first team snaps in the scrimmages. But then we got 2 JUCO kids that's coming in that are here, and
I think one from Independence. I think we landed one from Independence. He came from Independence. Shout out to Last Chance U. Yeah, that's the Independence, man. And also, I hate to cut you out, JB, man, but I wanted to mention this earlier. Who I'm really excited is Coach Tony. Yeah, Tony Hull, to see how he's fit, in his new role at Bama State. See how he fits well, see how he gel with the players. So I'm definitely excited to see that too, because that's one of the new faces on the coaches. I know we've been talking about the players, but as far as coaching wise, those one of the new faces on the coaching staff that I'm really excited about.
Absolutely, and he's excited too, man. Like I spoke to Tony Hull a couple times. I haven't had a chance to sit down with him, but I will soon. But he is he's working, right? Coming in, the offense, I would say the offense is going to be a little similar to what we saw, but it's going to be his own like terminology. He's got some wrinkles. I've seen a little bit. I haven't seen the full offense, but I think it's going to work. What he's bringing to the table is going to keep this offense afloat. It's going to keep these guys. And I ain't even mentioned Kareem Key yet. And wide receiver, Kareem Key has been showing out this spring.
Exactly. Yeah. And I agree with you.
We got some wide receivers.
I agree with that. You said he doesn't have to reinvent the wheel, in the say to speak, but he's still gonna bring his own style. You know, like you said, he already has the ingredients, but you know, with him, it seasons the taste. You know, he gonna put his own little spice to it. So man, I definitely look forward to see how he thrive this upcoming season.
Absolutely, man. Running back room, I think we're good on the running backs. We got a lot of new faces too, but also got some familiar faces. You know, with Holesclaw coming back. We got J.R. Gardner, got Ashton Ashford, Aiden Moody Copeland, DJ Brown. We got a lot of guys who was there last year. They've been getting a lot of reps. And the O-line is interesting because we lost 3 big guys on the O-line. You know, Desmond Daniels, Cam Smith, yes, Jeremiah Frazier.
Man.
But Elijah Baker, Big Philip McLean, you got some big guys on that O-line who you can really put in there, Makai Blue, and some of the transfers, some of the new guys.
I like because I mentioned Blue and a couple of my in the video that you played earlier. And like I said, I'm excited to see how the guys up front gonna really control the line of scrimmage. You know, we really had success running the ball. Not only with Jamari, but with AB too. So I'm looking to build off that as well as the season progresses. As it definitely goes along.
Right. Hey, Hornet Sam say he got a good 4th-and-1 play.
Man, that's funny, man. That's funny. At the time, it seemed the right call at the time, you know. But
you think so,
like
bro?
I said, that's culture and that's football. You know, if it works, he's a genius. You know, if it doesn't work, now live with the result. So, you know,
don't get me started on this.
Behind Big Cam. I mean, hey, you still and you score on the left side, if not once, twice in that game. So, hey, it just didn't work that time, man. That was just a great play by Jackson State at least, though.
Yeah. Hornet Sam, why you had to bring up old stuff, bro? But it's all good, it's all good. So defensively, I want to say this, I like, and you mentioned also in the video too, Trey, that we gotta be able to stop the run. We gotta do better at stopping the run. We're also missing a lot of guys, but I like some new pieces we got. I feel like from watching 2 scrimmages, it's only spring, but I feel like the defense is flying around. The defense is swarming as one to the football. They've been doing some good things, especially the front 7. So,
and I like that. I like that's definitely good to hear for sure. And it's not like and I'm just highlighting on the defense like they just did absolutely horrible. But at the same time, if there were points and key moments in games to where like we were completely getting gashed. I'm like, man, I understand there's gonna be big plays here and there, but it was 10 plays, 11 plays, just running the football, basic football that I felt like, we could have played better at a better level when it came to the run game at times, and a lot of people mention that 4th-and-1, but I agree it was times to where Jackson State controlled the ball and all they did was just really run, and then it was short passing game with Jacoby Morgan. So it was times where, we definitely could have played, at a better level when it came to the run game. And then, when you start to run, you make teams one-dimensional. When you make them one-dimensional, man, without secondary, man, them boys were swarming last year. DeAndre Morris, Taysom Sims, them boys, they not to mention K. Lewis, them boys were ball hawking out there. They were flying. So when you make teams one-dimensional, that's giving them boys a field day back there. But when, like you said, when you allow them running lanes to just continue to open up and the way it was, and we definitely made adjustments. Like for example, the Texas Southern game, man, we gave up 200 plus yards of offense in the first half. But and then once again we flipped the switch in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and I don't even think they even touched. I don't even think they crossed the 50. You know, at one point when it came to the second half. So, you know, I'm not saying they didn't play well all season, but it was, you know, it was times where they did play at a high level, and then it was times to where we just allowed, you know, big plays, things to happen to put us in bad positions in you know, in those games. And even though despite all that, still two losses. You know, one on the last play, 4th and 1, I mean 1 yard play, and then UAB, which I have my own opinions about that, you know, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, like we can always go back to last year, and you know, I did a lot of reminiscing once the season came to an end. But we looking forward to a great year. And before we I know you said you wanted to kind of look at the schedule real quick. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all for watching, man. Absolutely. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
That's why I really wanted to. I'm trying to get my mom and my pops, because you know they Alabama State alums themselves, but you know they don't really be on YouTube like that. So whenever you do, I still send them clips and send them stuff like far as updates, man. Because man, you really doing it big for sure.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate it. Shout out, I got Jack State in the house. We know everybody be tapping in. We appreciate it. Appreciate y'all, man. For real. It don't matter what school you root for. You can always come. Everybody welcome to come to ASU. Come to the Bama State show. Come to the Black and Gold show. Everybody welcome.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, and JSU, because like I went to Jack State last year, so they coming this year for especially down in the fall.
Absolutely. You already know. You already know that. Wait a minute, that's the wrong thing. So let me see. I thought I had that schedule up there. Thought I had there we go. All right, so real quick, let's kind of look at this. Because we got a big spring game and everybody gonna be hyped. But you already know the talk gonna be. Everybody out there Saturday gonna be talking about this right here. They gonna be talking about this. Yeah, absolutely. Even though we about 5 months away.
The spring game is the foundation. And like with all the buzz that's going around spring ball, we're really trying to find those final pieces going into this fall to see if we could make this push for the SWAC title, man. The first time since 2004, since the TJAC days, man. So definitely gonna try to push for it, man.
Now I got some. I wanna run this by you real quick. I got my own take on the schedule, how it's laid out. Now you look at that first game in Southern. That's not a SWAC game per se, but you know it's in Birmingham. It's gonna be a very game. Everybody gonna want to see it because Marshall Faulk's coaching Southern.
I was just about to say, but you couldn't get that. I couldn't speak it fast enough. Everybody's gonna have a buzz. Everybody gonna have excitement for Southern just because now it's the Foster Mark era. I mean Marshall Faulk era. And with that comes, like you said, a different set of expectations. This is a fresh start for Southern. This is not the last year's Southern, because we already know how last year's team went. So it's going to be completely different. They're going to have a new identity. And what a way to start their season if they can give one of the SWAC favorites a loss in the first game. So they definitely going to come with a lot of fight. And it's going to be coming with a lot of fight. And I noticed that it's not a SWAC game. That was last year's too. Last year's Southern game didn't count as a SWAC game, and they still allowed us to be, you know, what I think 81, you know, 71. It would have been 81. So, but yeah, man, it's definitely that first game we cannot slip up, and it's definitely a tricky game.
Yeah, and there's another story we can talk about another day about adding a SWAC game, but we can talk about that on another day. But and then you're looking at Lane College. That's a dub. I mean, come on. You going home Labor Day Classic, first home game. It's gonna be live. Everybody gonna be there. Then you're looking at Troy. So you still in the state of Alabama. You right up the road. Everybody should be able to come to Troy to see this game. Then you got a bye week. You start SWAC play with Valley. You got Bethune right there, right before homecoming. So that could be a little tricky. And then after homecoming, you got UAPB, and then you got a week off. Then you got Madison City Classic. Then you go to TSU. And then look at the back half of the schedule. Yeah. All them games at home, you got Jack State PD back to back.
Back to back at home. That's key. That's key right there, man. And that way we gotta pack the city out. The city gonna have to come out because we know those two games were going to be based on, especially based off what happened last year. Those two games going to be top tier atmosphere. High stakes. Like you said, last year we were the top 3 teams in the conference last year. So those back-to-back games right there, we definitely gonna have to pack the city out, pack the stadium out, and definitely gonna come out, man, because it's gonna be a great game. Both of those games back-to-back. Dog fight, heavyweight fight. So I just hope, man, with one of those two, we just come out healthy. We're really, because them, like you said, it's gonna be really heavyweight dog fights between those two teams.
Mm-hmm. This is a good. It's a good schedule if you want everything in your terms to win the SWAC. Like, we can really go undefeated until we get to Jackson PV. We got to win those games, right?
Exactly.
We got to win those. I mean, Jackson State could very well be undefeated by November 14th with us.
Man, and when I say that, we can't take nothing for granted because we only lost one SWAC game. That's unheard of, losing one SWAC game and not in the SWAC title. One. And the thing is, the two teams that played in the SWAC title game, how many losses they had? One.
One.
The same. They had one loss. That's really a bad taste. So you really can't take nothing for granted because who to say those two teams will play at a high level again. And now we're in the same boat as last year. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, Hornet Sam said we'll be undefeated. So I'm riding with Hornet Sam on this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel like that Troy game is gonna be like UAB last year, but we may come out on the other end of it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, as far as that factor, because like you said, we was right there within the last minute. We actually took the lead in the fourth quarter of that UAB game. So like you said, we were right there, and the way the offense, especially and that was the first game of the year last year. Offense actually got 2 games to get their feet set. I mean, get their feet set up under them for choice. So I really like that going in.
Yeah, the schedule is set up for success, man. We just got to take care of our business. One game at a time. We're gonna really dive deep into this when we get closer to the season, probably like late July, early August. Really give all good predictions and whatnot. But you also see one thing I want to point out before we move on. You see SWAC championship on the schedule right there, December 5th. I like that. Leave it on the schedule.
Oh, yeah. Leave it on the schedule, man. You got to speak it into existence, man. Yeah. The power of tongue is real. And when you do that and you align things as far as like taking it one day at a time, you grind every day, you keep your head down. You don't look too far ahead, but you don't look back in the past neither. Just stay in the present, man. Anything can happen, man, for sure.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So with all that being said, man, we are 3 days away, man. 3 days away. April 11th, this Saturday is going to be a great day, great event, a lot going on at ASU Stadium. 11 o'clock, that's when they're going to kick this thing off. But get there early because, like I say, it's going to be some tailgating. It's connection day. It's going to be a lot going on, so you might want to tap in a little early. My guy said, we talking to a pastor. He said he believe. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely. The church, man. Shout out to Southside Church of Christ, man. Alabama State, the football team, they actually did a food bank there a few days ago. Coach, Pastor Givens, man, he a real good dude, man. But I actually grew up in that church. I've been there going there since I was, about 2 years old, one. So,
Dang, that's dope. That's dope, bro. That's dope. Well, man, we glad to have you on. You want to stick around? I'm about to bring on my co-host for the flag football show, so we can talk a little flag football. If you want to stay on.
Yeah, man. Of course, man. I got 5 minutes. I definitely want to introduce myself. Can't be rude. My mom.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on my co-host for Bama State flag football, the one and only Jocelyn Thomas. What's up?
Hey everybody, what's up?
How you doing tonight?
I am blessed and highly favored.
Man, how you doing? For sure. They call me the pastor, but that's the first thing she said, blessed and highly favored.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know you, but my best friend told me you was her cousin, Desiree Sterling.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah, I said
yeah,
I
for
got to say
sure. Man,
something.
small world, man.
Small world.
Yeah, yeah, sure is. Yeah, man.
Look
And
at
she
that,
got,
man.
her sister too, man. She got a sister.
Yeah, that's my girl. Sue, that's my girl.
Look at that, man. Alive on the show. Y'all didn't even know y'all know each other. Y'all know the
I
same people.
know. She
Hey, that's my
saw it on my social media, and she like, "How you know my cousin?" I said, "That's your cousin."
Now, man, like social media, man, bring everybody together for
That's
sure.
true.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Hey,
man,
that's why
bring
you here
everybody
today,
together even more.
Trey. That's why you here today. I would have never known about you if I wouldn't see you on social media, bro.
Okay, now, man, for sure, man, and that's all. That's what it's all about, man. Shedding light, get more eyes on Alabama State, any way possible.
Absolutely. And you guys know Jocelyn, man. Follow her at Jocelyn Knows Sports on all social media platforms. She doing her thing out here, being an advocate for women's sports and an ambassador for flag football. Now, speaking of flag, we got to talk about Alabama State. These girls been out here all
Oh,
season putting on, repping for the Hornets, right?
and
So
balling.
they got a couple games this week. Now, Jocelyn, the game on Saturday, on Friday,
Hmm.
it's in Marietta, Georgia, right? So talk to us about this game coming up Friday.
I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. First of all, shout out to my girl Jazz. If you follow Jocelyn Knows Sports, I just did a one-on-one interview with Jasmine, so check us out. She talks about the upcoming games as well as the tournament they're getting ready to play. But I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
start off about Friday. So they're playing Life University. Life University is currently 8-4. So, I mean 8-3. So they have a winning record. And what does not play in our favor, they're 4-1 at home. So they basically undefeated at the house. So we got to bring our A game. Now they're currently on a 3-game winning streak, but I find that I gotta find that little bit of wiggle room where I think Alabama State can maybe come in. So in one of those games, they lost to Point University, which we also lost to Point University on March 7th. But if you think back to that game, it was very turnover heavy for us. So I honestly think if it weren't those five, I want to say you told me they had 5 interceptions that game,
Yes.
it could have been a different outcome. So hopefully that brings them a little bit of clarity to where to go of how to do this thing. Now, I will say I got some players to watch. I did my research, my analytics for Life University. Pretty good school. So they have a quarterback, a Cheyenne Brooks. She's
Mm-hmm.
thrown for 32 of them things, but she's also thrown for 15 interceptions. So she got a little bit over a 50% rating as a passer. Now, what she counted as a threat, I love a mobile quarterback. She
Mm-hmm.
done rushed for 150 yards and 9 touchdowns. So she is somebody we really got to watch. Now, the person I'm kind of really scared of is on the defensive end. It's a young lady. I want to say her name is Ami Gay. She has 46 tackles on the season and 8 deflections. So there is no other player on the team that even has 12 tackles. So she is a menace out there in the backfield. She's a cornerback. So that kind of gives me a little bit of area concern for our Lady Hornets just because we've been a little turnover heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that goes into Jocelyn's top 3 things to get the dub.
Right.
Number one, take care of the ball. I think I can't say that any other way. Turnovers are going to always lead to points for the other team, and there's no way we're going to make it with the menace back there in the backfield. Number two, keep the score close. Right now, we're on a 2-game losing streak, actually a 3-game losing streak, and
Mm-hmm.
it's really started off bad. And I think that has been an issue for the team. Once they get down, it's a little too hard for them to dig themselves out the hole. So we got to keep it close from the beginning.
Right.
And then sustained energy. I know you and I were both like on the phone watching their last 2 games, and they just seemed dead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
they needed a little Red Bull, a little energy shot. So
Yeah.
we got to sustain some energy while they're playing. But those are Jocelyn's 3 things to get the dub for the Lady Hornets. I'll be at the game Friday.
Yes.
Um, I'm hoping that it is a dub because I kind of spoke on it a little bit, but they're going to Arizona next
Mm-hmm.
weekend for the inaugural Fiesta Bowl, a Fiesta Football Classic. It's the first one they're ever doing for flag football, collegiate level. So I
Right.
really feel like a win at life will help boost the confidence and the chemistry for the team just because you don't want to go to any tournament on a losing streak. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. So we got to get a dub, man. We you know what I'm saying? We got to get that bad taste out of our mouth from the previous games. And it's been what 2 weeks since they played those games in Florida, Jocelyn.
Yeah, it's been 2 week layoff. So, and that could
Mm-hmm.
be good and bad, right? Sometimes you on a
Yeah.
break too long, you get a little rusty. Sometimes you on a break, you get rested. I think for our Lady Hornets, the rest will come in handy because you and I are both talking about how many injuries they've had
Absolutely.
throughout the season. So hopefully people healed up, draped up, dripped out, and ready to go, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's the tournaments you talking about right there in Tempe, Arizona. Next weekend. That's it. 18th, 19th. I
It
mean,
is,
you
yeah.
got
Well,
yeah.
technically the 17th because media day, but yes.
Media day, yeah. And then you got some big teams. You got like the Florida Gators, Georgia Bulldogs, Arizona State. I mean, you got some big names in this tournament right here. So if Alabama State can do their thing, you know, we'll talk about this next week. But if they can do their thing and come out on top, boy, it'll be big for not only for the team, for the whole school, for flag football. It'll just be big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For
I think it'll be big for Alabama State, but also the city. I think people just don't realize how much of an emerging sport flag football is right now. So if
Yep,
they win the first ever, who else did it?
absolutely. And you will really be remembered for winning the
Yes,
first one. So, yes,
yes.
absolutely, absolutely.
Especially the Fiesta Bowl, they're treating it the same way that they treat the college football playoffs. Same
Mhm.
location, same field, and they're trying to get a similar trophy. I'm sure it's not the same trophy, but you know you feel me. But I think that's just a big step, a big leap for women's athletics, especially flag football, to even be playing in some of these arenas and stadiums that the college males are playing in.
And it's only gonna get bigger, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure y'all. I mean, if you've been tapping in with us all season long, continue to tap in because it's gonna keep growing and growing. Trey, you got any questions or anything? Because I know you said you were interested in flag football.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, in flag football, but as far as the rules, are there certain set of rules compared to how it is if you're playing co-ed and just recreational? Are there any difference in between, you know, what they're doing that wise and then recreational flag football? Because I used to play recreational as well. Are there any
Okay.
differences, or are they pretty much the same?
Okay, I see you. It's pretty much the same. When I'm saying tackles is more or less the pulling of the flag because it's not allowed to be actual physical movement. So for a person like you who's played at a recreational level, it's pretty much the same. It's just on a collegiate side is usually 7-on-7 versus 5-on-5.
Okay.
Um, but it's the same technique, same rules basically. But
Okay,
they
yeah. I was
they
saying,
they
yeah.
use the same clock as the men. Was it 12 minute quarters and 12 minute
12 minutes,
halves?
yeah, 12
Yeah.
minutes. Mhm.
So
Okay.
like
Yeah.
they're just kind of they're almost combining the recreational rules and adding the collegiate rules because pretty
I
soon
didn't know
every
about
school is
it.
gonna have a flag football team.
Yeah. No, for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Thank you for clearing that up. Now I was
Of
wondering,
course.
I'm very intrigued about it. How the flow of the game went as well. So
Yeah, and if you get a
Yeah,
chance, please support these ladies. As JB said, it's a budding sport. Alabama State was the first ever D1 collegiate school, which is crazy to me. I am one surprised and also proud that they picked the HBCU and they picked the HBCU where I'm from. I
exactly.
know they've come a long way from last year, and I agree with JB. It's just going to keep going up and up. He and I kind of hope that in the next 2-3 years they actually have a SWAC for the women, so it makes it a little
Yeah.
easier for people to travel to
Yes.
games.
And I teach
yep.
school over here in Atlanta. And we do have a lot of girls who are playing flag football over here. So
Okay.
I'm definitely keeping Alabama State in that year. I said, hey, because I do mention, I was like, hey, the other day, I mentioned it. I think was one of the first home games where they highlighted the first flag football player that we have on scholarship.
Yeah, my
I,
girl.
Yeah.
What's up, Keith Lolo?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Yep, I
Yeah.
saw where they highlight her on the sideline. So I definitely put that in into our girls' ear over here, saying, "Hey, that could be you. You could do those type of things, and the sky's the limit."
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate that, especially just being an advocate for a lot of these young women who, after they play, in the youth level, there is no option for them in college. So it's great that now it's not just everybody's playing softball or everyone's trying to play volleyball or everyone's trying to play um, tennis. You can get scholarships for other athletics as well.
Yeah. Hornet Sound asked, do they use the whole field?
No, they I want to say it's like 90. I would have to look up the exact dimensions, but they cone it off, like they section it off to make the field a little more narrow.
Mm-hmm.
You think they
And they
may
go,
eliminate the end zones closer? They just probably just showing it. They don't go all the way to the end zone. They probably just maybe 20 yards
No,
out.
they go to the end zone.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
like
they go
80,
to
it's
the
like
end zone.
80 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They just make it just a little bit um more narrow than
Okay.
wide.
Oh, okay. So
But
all
they
right.
they they definitely go the distance to score touchdowns. They use the
Okay.
end zone.
Yeah. And I think they do it like 80 yards instead of like doing you got 100 yards in
Yeah, I was like
Okay.
it's either 70 or 80, but I do think it's 80. It's just not the full length
not
of
the
the
full
football
length.
field.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you'll be able to see it like if you ever watch one in person, you'll be able to keep up with it more if you're watching it in person. And it's also good to watch it if it comes on TV
Yeah,
because they'll actually have down and distance.
Yes.
They have to have down the distance. And they'll get the midfield and then they'll get a first down. And then they'll get to a certain point and it's first and
yep.
goal. But it might be like
Yeah.
17 yards first and goal. So
Yeah, it's not the same as how you just keep getting first down and first down and first down. And then also like there's no field goal. I know we did a episode once, but I'm not
yeah,
sure if it was the same audience. But so
yeah.
there's no field goals. You either go from the 5 yard line or the 10 yard line. That makes a difference between if it's one extra point or two extra points. That's why
Okay.
you will sometimes see the score going like it looks like it ain't a lot, but then it's a lot.
Yep, absolutely. And the only time you kicking is when you putting. Like if you get like 4 yards, I mean if you get like if it's fourth and like 20, just punt the ball, right? And then here we go. It's 80-yard field, 20 yards first down. There we go. Boom.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. Hey,
Yeah.
girl.
Oh,
Hey.
so we tapped in. So that's how it goes. So it's gonna be great, man. Y'all come out and watch the girls play. They will be there too. And um the tournament, that's the tournament right there. So there you go. You got the big tournament in Arizona. Jocelyn will be there reporting, doing all the things, putting on, representing, and giving us some great content as well. So we appreciate everything you do, Jocelyn. I couldn't do it without you.
I appreciate anytime I could be an honorary Hornet, I'll take it.
Absolutely, man. So, man, before we go, let me get back to this other screen real quick. We bring y'all. I ain't mean to kick Jocelyn off the screen. There we go. There we go. I ain't mean to kick y'all the screen. So, for anybody that just joining in, make sure y'all tap in this Saturday, right? Black and Gold Spring game. We got a lot of activities going on. My guy Trey Adams will be there. Jocelyn, she may be there as well. So, and anybody that's watching, if you're coming, y'all better make sure y'all holler at JB. Y'all better call holler at me, man. So FIB, they're gonna have their tailgate. So I would say y'all come on out, find the FIB tailgate. If you can't do that, hit me up or just come out and enjoy all the festivity that's going down because there's a lot going down this weekend, and it's gonna be a great day as well. So we appreciate everybody for tapping in with us. Jocelyn, anything you got coming up this upcoming week besides I know you're gonna be at the game on Friday. So you got anything else?
I think I always got something else going on. That's just God keeping me blessed and stressed. I actually cover a women's tackle football team, the Atlanta Truth, and we have a game Saturday night at 7 p.m. So I will be on double duty this weekend.
Yeah, yeah. And follow Jocelyn Knows Sports right there, man. So you can see everything she got going on. She got a lot going on. And sometimes it's hard to keep up with. I can hit the phone up, but some of y'all just hit the social media and you may see her at this place at 12 and at this place at 6. So
and there's no cap.
yeah. That's how you keep up with her. So yeah, man. And my guy Trey Adams, man. Thank you for joining the show tonight, bro.
But nah, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you having me, man. Yeah, of course, keep doing your thing. And if not, man, and we don't get a chance to chop it up before Saturday. I hit you up Saturday before we link and while they warming up before the Black and Gold game for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So once again, tell the people where they can find you and your content, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Follow me on all platforms at the Trey Adams. All no space, no nothing, just D. Trey Adams. And I appreciate y'all for the like, follow, and the support, man. Alabama State, we need all eyes on Alabama State. And that's all we're here for. Share light, share attention, and positive images of excellence for Alabama State.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We appreciate you for doing what you do, man. We're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to link. And, my platform is y'all platform too. Jocelyn, you already know this. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing Trey on.
Working with you all in the future, though, especially this upcoming fall.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And Jocelyn, you got people in the chat. They love you in the chat.
And I love them right back.
They love you in the chat. Hey, Hornet Sam, what's up with you, bro? What's up, Hornet Sam?
Nancy's so sweet.
Everybody, man, we appreciate y'all. Like I say, man, make sure y'all hit them like buttons too. For every show, because it helps get in the algorithm. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We almost at 1,000. Almost at 1,000, man. We had like 940 something. When we get to 1,000, we're gonna have a party. I'm trying to tell you. So y'all just keep running it up. We almost there. And share this to anybody who supports Alabama State, who's looking for Alabama State content, preferably football, flag, tackle, whatever. And we got you. You know what I'm saying? They might start calling me Mr. Black and Gold Show. So
new nickname loading.
Yeah, there it is.
That's where we at. Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So with all that being said, man, we're gonna get up out of here. For JB, Trey Adams, Jocelyn Knows Sports, we up out of here. We'll see y'all this Saturday, ASU Stadium. Don't be late. It's gonna be great. Y'all have a blessed one.